Can a layoff ever be a good thing? I think it's a good question to ask. It may take some time to answer, but I think a layoff is a great opportunity to take some time to explore other things while you're looking for a job and networking and doing all the other things to get back to your 9 to 5, if that's the path for you. I think you should also take some time to explore things that really interest you, things that maybe you've put aside for a long time. Um, I'm doing my best to do that in between looking for a job and applying and networking and all the other things. Trying to get back into school as well to work on some certifications, but maybe I'll get into that. In the interim, when I have some downtime from my 9 to 5, I've gone back to things I love that I didn't feel I had the time to do originally when I was in a 9 to 5 and dealing with burnout and not having the energy or the mental capacity at the end of the day to really explore. So some of those things that I've been working on that I think will translate to skills that I can use if and when I go back to my 9 to 5. Someday I'll go back there. But in the interim, I've been blogging. So that is a great way for me to get back to something I've always liked to do, which is writing. It's allowing me to explore different ways of writing versus just the typical email or report or request for a proposal that I was doing on a weekly, daily basis, depending on the type of document. And it's been fun to explore that creativity, different formats, different writing styles, find my voice again. And I think that is going to be one thing that helps me as I move towards interviews and getting back to my 9 to 5 and just a conversation piece, as well as bringing some of that personal aspect of me into my next role. There's been other things that I've been exploring as well. I've always been a creative person, so getting to take some time to work on different planning travel itineraries and throwing those into a document and outlining them and putting pictures and info and how do I convey the message of the trip and the meaning of the trip and the how to in a concise, easily digestible PDF format, or exploring other alternate formats. Some people, they love PDF. They think that's super easy. Download it, print it, it's there. Some people love Notion documents. I'm still kind of new to Notion. I have built what I would say is like my first Notion document. It's Antarctica focused. It's not released yet. I'm still a little bit in my head about it. I'm not super confident on it. I want some more eyes on it. If anybody's interested, shout out, shoot me either an email or get on my calendar and let's talk, because Notion is new to me, and that's another thing while being on on this layoff journey where I've been able to explore a new program. And I think that how to spirit that, being able to figure it out, to learn, is another piece that will translate to whatever my next role is in a 9 to 5, if that is the future for me. It's something that I haven't had the time to dedicate to while I was in my 9 to 5 and burned out and just experiencing all those things that so many people in corporate America experience. So I'm excited for that. New programs. There's been other programs that I've had the opportunity to really dive into deeper in this new world of AI that we live in. It's prevalent everywhere from our personal life to our corporate work lives. Even if you're not in corporate, it's still something that I think that I know will always be with us. And I think it's important to take take some time and learn about and be hands-on with, whether you're for AI or against it. It's here. I've seen it with my previous client when I was in corporate as a consultant. I saw it at the company that I was employed by. It's a tool that's being implemented, and I think we need to remember that it is a tool. I don't think it's something that should completely replace our roles, which, having using myself as an example, having the skills, the writing skills and the creative skills to be able to talk to them, let's say Chat GPT, for example, or Copilot, or any of these AI programs, being able to help them along in getting a response that we need, and then being able to look at that from a human standpoint and put our own voice into whatever the AI spit back out at us, or being able to look at, say, the formula if you're using it for Excel or any other spreadsheet, for example. Um, I think those are valuable skills, and they're transferable skills, not only in a personal life, but in your role in your 9 to 5. And that's something that I would not have been able to dive into as deeply had I not been laid off. The curiosity is there that I didn't have before. So that's been really, really helpful. I think also having the time now and the energy and the capacity to reconnect with people in my network, and see what they've been doing. It's not all about trying to find the job. I don't reconnect and say, "Oh my gosh, hey, I need a job." For me, it's the connections, is that people connection. Some people work remote. I'm one of those. I was in a remote role. Some people still get to go into the office, but I think either way, it's making and maintaining those human connections that are so important. And I wouldn't have had as much time to reach out to people and just reconnect and see what people are at, see what they're working on, see what they're excited about in their roles, what they feel is up and coming in their role in their industry, and just the ability to learn from people and have the capacity to really be present and focused and ask questions that my brain maybe wouldn't have been as readily, able to do. Now I have the energy to do that. So that also has been a positive for me. My experience with this layoff. Gosh, what else has been really, really positive from this? Now I'm running out of ideas. That sounds so bad. I think I'm talking about having the energy and the brain power, and I'm like, oh, I think my brain just maybe kind of hit a wall. Um, what else has been fun? Certifications, learning. You should always be learning. I think that's been one of my biggest lessons since I left university. It sounds so silly now in hindsight, but when I left university, I felt like that was kind of like, okay, you've done your education, now you're going to work, and that was kind of it. So stupid. Younger me 10 years ago didn't have obviously the life experience I do now. Never stop learning. I feel now that I have additional time and more energy and mental capacity that I'm able to finally go back and explore topics and subjects that I wasn't able to do before. I'm super excited. I'm working on getting enrolled in a project management course. Eventually, just sitting for the certification for that is something I wanted to do for years, or at least have thought about doing for years, and never really was able to make it happen. I'm super excited that I'm on the cusp of finally making it happen, and learning something new, jumping back into that side of the industry. For those who may not know, I was in the consulting side of the industry, specifically in business consulting and love project management. I've done that style and that type of role for years, whether that was in corporate or as a virtual assistant. I've always enjoyed it. I love problem solving and organizing and planning and finally being able to have the time to go back to school and go through courses and learn from the experts and pursue that is something that I'm grateful for. I wouldn't have had I I don't believe I would have been able to have this opportunity if I was still working 9 to 5. Could I have made it work? Yes. I don't think I would have I'd have the same sense of joy in that pursuit, and I'm not sure I would have the opportunity to be as successful as I feel I'm going to be, having this time to mentally reset. So that's another thing that I think is a good thing that comes out of the layoff. Layoffs, like I've talked about before in some of my other videos, um, they're really what you make them, and I think that's true of everything in life. It's what you make of the hand that you were dealt. You can let the layoff define you, or you can look at it and say, this is an opportunity, and I'm going to choose how this layoff defines me. And I think at least for me, that was a huge shift in this whole experience. I've been here twice before. So my third time being laid off. Lucky me. Um, I, I think there's always a positive in them. And it's just how you look at it. So can I say I'm grateful for it? I don't know if I'm grateful for it, but I'm certainly thankful for it. And here's our helper, my helper. If you haven't met her before, this is Munch. She's my tabby. She is the star of the show, and she knows it. She just loves to always come up and help. She's so social. Oh, and I just love her. And she does have a collar. I don't know if she's got kitty anxiety or what, but she's been chewing her fur. So the vet suggested that she wear a collar, and it's helped. She still is able to reach her tail and her back legs. So they're a little naked. I keep telling her she's got an updraft in her underpants, but she's still cute. She's still here. She's my little support system, and just love her so much. Um, so yeah, maybe we'll wrap it up there. I think yeah, I think a layoff can be a positive thing. It's all about how you look at it and what you decide to do with it, and make the most of it. But that's true of anything in life. So I hope it helps. I hope it gives someone else going through a similar situation some positivity, some hope. You're not alone. We've all at some point been in a rough patch in our lives and our career, and just you gotta hang in there. You gotta remember you can figure it out. We're all more than capable of figuring it out when we get dealt a tough hand. So let's make of it. So on that bombshell, Munch here and I are gonna sign off, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.